First of all, I was voted the smartest at my family reunion. Like, hands down.
By the rest of your family.
You can't put up two fingers for the same thing. You can't say you're smartest at your family reunion, hands down.
Hands down.
That's one thing. That's one thing.
I was voted smartest at my family reunion.
That's one.
Hands down.
No. That's your...
I'm drinking Jack and I started blacking out. You ever black out? Or as I call it, time travel? You ever do that?
And now the host of the Man Show, Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel!
You can't wait until January 11th to see him in this chair as the new host of The Daily Show. This is Jon Stewart!
I wanna be on you. Drip, 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 be on you. Love on you. It's on you, it's on you.
From the time I was a kid through pretty much my entire 20s, when you turned on the TV, the very first station that you were going to check out was Comedy Central. From South Park.
It's real easy, I'll show you. You just take this little thing out of the plastic paper, and then I'll put on my pants. Just slide it up in my anus there. No way. Osimo, I thought you were programmed to do whatever I tell you. Weak. Yeah, that's pretty good. Get it up there good and deep. Name.
To stand-up specials.
This is my favorite. Always on the wall, somebody has to write, Mike was here. But then somebody else puts an arrow and writes, Mike is a You know, like Mike is coming back to check it out. Like, what the hell? I was here, but I'm not a Jesus. Trying to make a statement here. Damn Jews.
To shows like Kroll Show, which I think is still one of the most underrated sketch shows in history. Maybe I'll do a video on that.
Like, very exciting to be trying a new beverage. I love it. It's delicious.
Thank you. I like water, but I want that sour taste that like only yogurt can bring.
Another period.
No, I drank a bottle of arsenic this morning. It's a little beauty secret we white women know about. There wouldn't happen to be a lavatory in this wicker basket, would there?
Tosh.0.
Mythological hero Achilles.
Can't accept that. Another loss for the Big Ten. That's Julian, and apparently saying words correctly is his Achilles heel.
It was just going to be a reliable source of entertainment and laughs. I first became aware of Comedy Central, I want to say, maybe around 9 or 10 years old. They didn't even broadcast it. It wasn't available 24 hours a day. They basically had 12 hours on Comedy Central, and then the other 12 would go to VH1. So even if you liked something on VH1, you couldn't get that consistently either. But I remember this show called Make Me Laugh, and basically what it was is they would have contestants sit in a chair, just normal people, and then comedians come out and try to make them laugh within 60 seconds. And the comedians got paid if they made them laugh, and the contestants got paid the longer they went without laughing.
What I've learned, though, since we've got the dog, is there's no worse sound in the world than that of stepping on a dog. Because you never see it coming. It's always out of the blue. You're like, hey, what's up, you guys? What are you doing? And he gives you that look like, that was my paw, you bastard. Oh, my God.
And I absolutely loved that show. And I remember it would always be like halfway through the show that it would switch over to VH1. I'd be like, oh, God, no, I wanted to finish watching that show. But now Comedy Central isn't even a thought in most people's minds. In fact, most people don't have cable. Some don't even own a TV. So what the hell happened to Comedy Central? Comedy Central was born in 1991, a messy merger between Ha and the Comedy Channel, two cable startups no one took seriously. But by the late 90s...
Never seen it. This terrorist is... Those pennies were in my ass!
You can win Ben Stein's money.
And early 2000s, Comedy Central was a force. It wasn't just showing comedy, it was making it. You had cult weirdness like Strangers with Candy, which of course people will probably know Stephen Colbert from.
That concludes our unit on reproduction.
As well as Amy Sedaris.
Remember, the first day of school is the most important day of your whole life. If it doesn't go right, there's no way to get it back. No way.
Edgy sketch from Chappelle's show.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
biting satire with The Daily Show.
Here to discuss its pros and cons, Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert in tonight's Even Steven.
And actual stand-up showcases like Premium Blend and Comedy Central Presents.
Drink. People always need to know why, too. They're like, you don't drink? Why? This never happens with anything else. You don't use mayonnaise? Why? Are you addicted to mayonnaise?
Fun fact, I was at Kyle Kinane's Comedy Central Presents taping. Look, that's me there in the audience. That's my face. And yeah, there was South Park, which might have single-handedly been paying their rent.
We've got to infiltrate and find out the Chinese invasion plans.
But Eric, why would the Chinese tell us their invasion plans?
Because we're going to make them think we're one of them. Here, put these teeth in. And just say hello and please a lot. Oh, hello, please. Bing bong ching chong.
Bing bing. Hello, please.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes, hello, please. We are Chinese people.
Hello, please. Ping Pao Ding Ling.
Meanwhile, a different kind of revolution was brewing. In 2007, a company called Netflix, which had been renting DVDs by mail since 1998, introduced streaming. By 2011, Netflix accounted for about 32% of all downstream internet traffic during peak hours in North America. Basically, that means when people were at home after work or before they were going to bed, they were downloading, they were streaming towards them, as opposed to uploading, more content than anybody else in North America. They accounted for about 32%, and YouTube accounted for about 10 to 13% at that point in time. In 2017, Netflix's chief content officer, Ted Sarandos, publicly declared, "We want to become HBO faster than HBO can become us." And Netflix wasn't just going for drama. They went for comedy hard. Netflix dropped exclusive stand-up specials from everybody: Bill Burr, Tom Segura, Ali Wong, Bo Burnham, Louis C.K., pretty much gave Dave Chappelle and Adam Sandler a blank check. Back to Comedy Central in the late aughts, they did not see the digital revolution coming, and it would cost them dearly. And they continued to cycle through and cancel their B-League shows, which were a lot of really great, amazing shows. Of course, they could always rely on their big cash cows, right?
After 9 years and over 1,400 shows, the host of the high-concept, critically acclaimed super satire The Colbert Report is stepping away from his desk at Comedy Central.
Major news leading us off here. Jon Stewart has announced he will be stepping down from Comedy Central's The Daily Show.
Key and Peele, whose show just came to an end.
Even the South Park creators, and I don't know this for a fact, but seem to have the foresight to put their content online, offering all their episodes for free on southparkstudios.com since 2008. But beyond South Park, which you didn't need to go to Comedy Central or their website to see, and some tiresome episodes of Tosh, what did Comedy Central even have anymore? But it wasn't just bad programming and marketing. Comedy Central was slow, painfully slow, to adapt to a changing world. Stand-up comedians weren't waiting for cable anymore. They were building empires on YouTube, getting deals with Netflix, launching podcasts, filming their own specials. No suits required. So can Comedy Central make a comeback? It's possible, but unlikely. The audience is gone. The culture's changed, and the talent, they're doing just fine without gatekeepers. Comedy didn't die. It migrated. It lives on in specials filmed in living rooms, in podcasts, sketches, and midnight TikToks. But there was a time when Comedy Central was the center of comedy. And if you grew up on it, like I did, you'll never forget how good it was. What I think is even crazier is to think about where all this comedy stuff might go. The fact that I am trying to build an audience on YouTube, and Lord knows I've tried on TikTok and Instagram to not a whole lot of success. Who knows what the answer is going to be? Who knows what the next platform is going to be? But if you want to see me making more videos like this, talking about those issues, digging into comedy history and nerddom, please do subscribe. You can follow me at Eric Berry Comedy on all of the platforms, and do look out for that special that I'm going to be releasing sometime in the next month, tentatively titled Death in 15 Minutes. It's all about depression and death and suicide, and, you know, those are all very fun things, aren't they? Till next time, you guys, keep it funny. Is that a catchphrase? Do I want that to be a catchphrase? I don't know. Thanks, guys. Peace out.
This has been a presentation from Comedy Central.